High-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. Master the Markets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Hello traders, and welcome to our live trading workshop webinar today. Now, today, as some of you who are joining in for the first time, this is the format that we follow. So we'll first take a look at some live trading positions on an intraday perspective. At the moment, we also got a running trade on the Aussie dollar, which is just near to about $5,000 that we've been running for quite a bit. This is on maybe the larger runner kind of strategies, okay, that we are doing over here. I'll talk a little bit about it later when we come actually to our topic for today. And the topic for today is the 3 reasons why most traders fail, okay? So that is the one, and I will talk a little bit about one of the things is because you don't have a framework, okay? And I'll talk all about that and the 2 others. And then there's a bonus one as well on why you actually fail and all the solutions to overcome that. And then the third thing is that then we will take on Q&A as well. If you have any questions and answers, you can definitely then get in touch with us. You can put it onto the YouTube live stream channel on the Zoom as well, or you can message us also if you're on our WhatsApp group. And then also we will be also updating you on the upcoming events as well. So this and more in this live trading session. Traders, welcome to our live trading workshop. For those of you who do not know me, it's Teo Naupan here, founder of Master the Markets, Illustrious Conference, and the Traders Open Day. So without further ado, so let's move forward to look at some intraday trades at the moment. So let's take a look at this. So here, I am taking a look at, so quickly I'll just take a look at all the instruments. The main thing I'm really looking for at the moment is if the range for today has been filled, okay, so that's about 72. So there's a little bit left here on 6. Don't worry, I'll give you all some reference links later as well on how to go about looking for this, okay, because we don't have much time on this live stream to really explain it. And as we always say, you know, it's not about just getting the signals, it's about learning how to fish as well. That's our objective, you know, with this channel as well. So we just don't take trades just for the sake of it. That's not what a professional does. So we got our clear rules defined, and then we execute it accordingly. So let me just see this. So 0.8268, isn't it? Let me just bring out this table here as well. Some of you have learned this already. Some of all our members in our Master the Markets really doing very well on this one. Once you understand this, this is about 214. So this has already done it. So I'll just mark it out here. So then I got gold. Gold has probably done it as well. Look at that on that 80. This is 154. So not getting that. Dollar yen has been on a big downturn there. I don't think this has done its range for today. So 144, isn't it? 144. I just got some formulas in there, easy. 115. So that one hasn't done that yet as well. Dollar yen. So let me do that over here. Let me see silver. Do I have silver in here? No, I don't think I can. Check it. Brent is on a good run. We've been tracking that as well. Looking for a little bit of retracement on that one. 192. So this one is 192. So let me check that one. 192, 153. So this one could be something here. So I will take a look at that as well on Brent. And the final one I'm going to take a look at is silver. Silver looking okay, actually. The bar range, 661. Let me see that, 528. Yeah, that could be something. Silver. So we got about 4 that I've identified. So what I will do is, I'll quickly go on to the trading view screens, because this is more easier for me just to get the range. So I will bring up, let me see what I want to be taking a look at. Maybe I'll take a look at silver. I'll take a look at GBP/USD. Let's see which one aligns. Those of you who've been following us for quite a bit, we look at direction alignment, right? Because we got the framework with all the tops and bottoms and the trend and variations and all that all coded in, isn't it? By our clients as well, actually. A really good community that we're building over here. Some of you are following us well. So you can see that over here. Let me see. On this one, let me just upload this. Okay, never mind. So we got this one here. And right. So we got a bit of mixed ones, isn't it? Up and down. So that's on the 15. That's on the right. Let me take a look at the other one then. I know we took a really quite tricky trade the other day, wasn't it? Was on silver last week. You can check that out on the live stream on our YouTube channel. Let me take a look at this one here, Brent. And I've got silver and I've got dollar yen. So let me see Brent oil as well. Let that load up. And I've got silver. I mean, remember traders, there's different strategies you can be doing. It's just that this is the one that we look at over here. And we even I've talked about this as well. Remember the 5 components of a strategy, okay? So it's quite a vast topic, you know, that you've got to follow it systematically. Right, so I've got all of that. So let me just check. This is the wrong one, isn't it? This one should be dollar yen. Right. So, okay. I'll get the Trade Nation one. Let me see there we go. Right, so I've got all that. So let me go one by one. So Brent, so I am going to align this. So this is up, okay. I'm just seeing a very higher probability ones. This one is looking good on the Brent. So you see, let me just copy this through and I'll show you an uptrend phase 1. And on the topic for today, I'll talk about this in much more detail as well on the 3 reasons why most traders fail. And you know, as a retail trader, I can promise you that you will never hear about these 3 reasons we're going to be talking about. And the 4-hour one, that one is there. 1 hour, there we go. And then on the 15 minutes, let me quickly just do this one here. Right, so this one here, I believe this is also on the, I need the 1 hour, don't I? Yes, it's on the phase 1 as well. So it's a very strong trend across everything. Okay. And it's not done its range. Now, let me analyze the stretch principle. Don't worry, traders, I'll give you all the reference links very soon. Once we get to that point. Let me see. So on the stretch principle, it's taken out the upper stretch. Okay, so you did come quite near to the lower, but it's taken out the upper stretch. Okay. Right, so I'll update here. Range lines wise, let me take a look. So this is at 2 o'clock, yeah. Yeah, this is a good sign. So that's also the upper range. Bro to ST ratio, that's quite clear. That's on the upside. Previous daily high and low. Yeah, very clear as well. So this, you know what, traders, this is a very good one. The only thing I can wish for is if this thing can come a little bit down for us, or else we might have to sit on our hands. This is very, very good. This is very, very clear. Let's see if we can get a trade on that silver. I'll take a look as well. Very quickly, I'll take a look. Maybe silver might be a better bet for us, you know. Let me see. Let me do this one here. Let me do 1 hour. Yeah, I think this one is looking better. I think, you know, we shouldn't delay this one here. I think I'll be taking a trade on silver then. So uptrend phase one, and the looks of it, let me do my quick analysis here. I think this one is looking much better. And this is on the upper stretch. I'll push this out on the Telegram channel. Those of you who have joined it, you can get the signals in there. Range lines, yeah, it hasn't taken that out yet. That's my only concern. Okay, range lines, it hasn't taken it out. And A, bro to ST is towards the upside so far. Okay. We don't get anything. And yes, previous daily high has been taken out, even though it's being engulfed, right? Okay. But I will say tabs over here. Okay, good. So I think I'll take a look at silver then, rather than, let me see, this is only, yeah, this is a bit helter-skelter here, isn't it? And then in terms of timings, I'll explain this in a minute, traders. I'm just thinking, if we can place this trade, that would be good. I'm just going to take a look at the 15-minute as well. So on the 15 minutes, it might retrace a little bit. So you know what? I mean, our safe part is to put our entry on this high as it takes that out. Okay. My only concern is on the 15-minute, it might turn. Okay. Remember, we have put pending orders always, and that always saves us from just being caught into a trade, isn't it? So I will tell you what, so we will do this, which will correlate with the other one. Just bear with me a little bit, because then I will explain to you what is the premise for all of this, right? Right? Then it will make sense. And I've checked the volume as well. Let me see. So I'll show you guys our live trading room. We are really doing very well at the moment on our end of day strategies, about 13% up. I'll talk about that in a minute. So this one here, traders, what I will do is, if we want to go for a quick one, taking advantage of both the time frames, this is what I'll be doing. The volume is not the greatest support, so maybe we can reduce our position size on this, so do that accordingly. So what I would say is 114.63, isn't it? Is what we are looking at. So let me just take a look at that. Silver, yeah, look at that run. It's not stopping for anyone. Last 2 days I saw it at 74, but look at it going right now. Right, so we'll do this. So we will do it at 1 ATR number here. So the high 11463, 11463. So I'll do it at 114. 65. Okay. And then here on the low, I will do it at 11329. Okay. 11329. And in terms of the target, 82. So high, 11463. Right, 11463 plus the 82, isn't it? Plus 82, 11545. Okay, I'll explain to you all of this in a minute once we go to a topic as well. So you understand all of this much more better. Huh? So 114, 11545. Okay. Right. Good. So I'm going to put this out on the Telegram channel. So signal, right? So that's what we're looking for. We're looking to buy, and I am 114. How much is the spread? It's about 2 cents, isn't it? So I just want to be careful here. 11463, 64, 66, 11466 is where we want to be getting in. Stop loss for the low 11329, 11329, and the target will be 11545, 11545. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a very small trade. Those of you who want to trade it longer, that means you have to sit through a bit of volatility over here. So what I would then say is, so I've pushed that through a Telegram channel. So those of you on the channel, you will get that. So what I would say is on the low, right? So this is 813, isn't it, traders, right? So 813. Last time, do remember after it triggered us, it did come back against us. And then after that, it went to our target straight. Those of you who caught the action, you understand what I'm saying. So sometimes you must know, and that's the wall number. That's one of the reasons why traders fail as well, because they don't know the Walla number. I'll talk about it in a minute. 650, the low is, let me get the low here, traders. 11068. 11. Once you understand this is very, very logical, right? What we're doing. So you will have intellectual conviction, your emotional alignment to go towards it. 650, 11718. So those of you who are looking to write it a bit more further, right? You can also do this as well. You can go for 11718. Okay, that's what you can do. That's your second target towards the range forming, the 0.8 ATR range forming. Okay, so that's all on the silver edge. So just to recap what we have done here. So our entry is going to be for that as it comes out of that retracement. Stop for here. Target, first target here, which is what I put on Telegram. Those of you who want to run it a bit more further, you can take it to 11718. The only thing is that, okay, the green dots on the VSA is good. This is by the Trade Guided team, initiated by Tom Williams first and then taken over by Gavin Holmes and his team over there. So you can see that this is on the green, so this is another tick. My only thing is, okay, the volume is not really confirming, but once it breaks down, hopefully the volume comes back once again. I will see also on the 1 hour. Let me apply the volume onto here as well. I just want to take a look at that. Let's see. This one here, let me put the indicator there. There we go, bingo. I can see it's a big volume spike over here, right? You can see the elephant in the room. So I can see that these bottoms are being supported, right? So we'll see if this bottom will eventually get supported or not. Also, it might come down a little bit before going up, okay? So we'll track that and see. I'll have this going forward. 11468 is what I'm taking a look at. And we will see. Okay, good. And now with all of that said, this is the trend alignment table that I look at. You will see that also on our YouTube. I'll give you all the reference links as I promised very soon. Then we'll go straight into the topic for today. You can see that this was the one. So I'm looking across all the time frames for the trend, right, and the phase. And then after that, then I'm taking a look at basically the stretch principle and all of that. So over here, all the eight columns I'm taking a look at for a checklist, right? I'm getting about 7 out of 8 really locked in over here, okay? After that, that's how I form my bias. I say the objective for your entry parameters eventually is towards twofold. All the rules that you write down, if you have written it down, I know 80-90% of people who come to us don't even have a written crib sheet or strategy rules. Ours is very clear. So, but over here, if you have written it all down, the objective of your parameters to enter is twofold, okay? One is towards a direction bias. The other is towards timing, okay? First is, where do you want to go long or short, your direction bias? Next thing is timing, okay? When do you want to get in, at which technical level? And that's what we're doing over here, right? Looking at pending orders over here in the market. And then we're saying, only when that pending order is taken out, do I want to get into the trade? And you've seen, those of you who've seen us do this live, you've seen that sometimes because of those pending orders, we are not entered into the trade, and then we preserve our capital. We don't take an unnecessary loss. So all that is very, very important, okay? Right, traders. Okay, so with that said, I'll give you all the reference links right now. So the first thing I would say to start off with, you should go to 7stepsoctp.com. Okay, with that, once you put your details in, click on the green button, and then after that, you come to this page, and then you can take a look at all the videos. So this will take you step by step, which will also be as part of today's topic as well, okay, where the video one explains that most traders face and the real reason why they really fail most of the time. And then we then talk about how to overcome it. And then after that, then 3, 4, and 5 will talk about the 3 critical steps that you can apply on any strategy. In fact, on that, we are actually doing a webinar masterclass on that. So the details will come out very soon. We are going to launch it very, very soon. And then after that, video 6 and 7 will tell you how to apply all of this in a strategy, okay? So highly recommend this. Those of you who watched it, you can revisit it. Those of you who revisited it quite a bit of times, I would say, rather than sitting on the fence now, let's take the plunge in, right? Get both the indicators on there and then trade with conviction. And all that information, you can find it here on the SMI and VSA page. You can go through that and you can then take a look at all of that. Right, and the other thing is that in terms of our YouTube channel, another thing I did want to mention is that over here, on the stretch principle, right? So if you go down a little bit, you can see we've interviewed some top guys, market visits as well. If you guys actually, those of you watching in, if you know any good traders that we must interview or market visits, please do let us know as well. The other thing I was talking about is the stretch principle over here, right? That's the one that you can learn under as well, okay? You can watch also our past live streams, which is all over here. This was really quite popular on how we actually close for the year and how a professional should actually be logging down all the results and how it makes it legit as well, So all that definitely I would highly recommend for you guys to watch that all, okay? Now, the other thing also I did want to mention, this just brings me memories. This was on IG Index where we were invited by IG Index to their studio. This was the second time. I mean, Ninja Trader, we've done quite a bit as well. 11 times we've been invited. This is another one by STA as well. But over here, I was telling her, how you can actually still ride that silver move, basically. And she's still in that move. Angeline is still in that move. I keep telling her as well. So great stuff on that. Okay, good. I mean, in terms of silver, we got that investment portfolio has been on that for about good 4 or 5 years. We're still riding it. We bought it really cheap, but so far so good. Now, in terms of this, traders, so I gave you all that. If you want to revisit any of the live streams, you can also go under here as well. Okay, you can do this. Now, one more thing I just remembered, right? So what you can also do is, after you subscribe to the channel, I know some of you say, I don't get notifications when you guys go live. what you do is you click on the all bell icon over here, traders, okay? In that way, you'll get a notification on your phone or your desktop, wherever it is, and then you can either watch it straight away on the live stream, or you can then save it to watch later as well, okay? So you can do all of that. Okay, good. So with that said, also quick shout out to Trade Nation also. They are the ones who are sponsoring our Telegram channel. Also, another thing also with Trade Nation is that they are the proud sponsors of our ETM annual summit as well, which happens once a year. I know most of you have already taken the ticket, so you can join us in the ETM summit. This year is going to happen in October. If you haven't heard about it yet, you can reach out to us and find out details. If you're still on the fence, I would say just get the tickets, okay? Highly, highly recommend it. You'll see our passionate community of traders. In fact, it's because of them that we even have all the frameworks that you're seeing over here on the trading view. You know, the community itself uplifts itself. Right, with all of that said, another thing I do want to mention, I'll talk about this a bit more later. We've been invited to come to Dubai as well by Simon Campbell on their trader show, right, on the prop firm trader show. So I've been invited to talk on 2-3 slots over there. So I'll be there as well. And then also another thing, we're interviewing Mark Randall as well. So I will talk all about that very shortly. But now what we will do, traders, now that we have taken a look at the markets and everything, I will now go to the topic for today. You see, it still hasn't triggered us, so I will keep an eye on that one and on the other screen as well. So let me just do this here. Let me ask the team also. Um, mhm. Bear me that. Mhm. Okay, good. So I think I've got that over there. So let me just do this, traders, okay? So I will play this here. Right, good. So let's swiftly move on to the topic for today. So this is where you will really understand what we have done over here and why it makes very systematic, logical sense. And after this, you're really enlightening. You will definitely be able to incorporate some of these principles also into your own trading strategy. And I promise you, this is something that you've never heard of, okay? Only over here at Master the Markets, we talk about this. So here, the 3 reasons you'll never hear. Firstly, the first thing is that one is the framework. The reason why you're failing is because you don't have a framework. Okay, I'll explain that in a minute. The second thing is that you don't have your OE stats, right? OE stands for open equity. I know as retail traders, you'll never hear of this. This is only talked about by institutional traders, as taught by our mentors, okay? And our mentor's mentor actually references Richard Wyckoff a lot, which basically he then quantified that whole structure based on what Richard Wyckoff talked about the 4 market phases. The other thing also is because you don't have the Walla number. Okay, I'll talk about the Walla number. This is what the thing that scares the hell out of people, and that's why they mainly fail. Okay, so you will see that as well based on all probability. This, which is another thing which you won't even hear about anywhere else, right? When people talk about in terms of probabilities, okay, all the stats very soon. And the bonus one is to do the CE. This is another thing. Even though you may know all this, because of the CE, you may not be able to carry through it. Okay, so I'll talk all about that and the solutions towards it. So let's go straight in. So the first one is they don't have a framework. So what's the solution? Okay, what do I mean by not having a framework? So if you take a look at the screens over here, right? So let me just bring that up over here. So over here, even if I take a look right now here on, if I take away this, if I hide this, right, take a look at this, right, on silver, okay, right? Now, what I mean by no framework is when you take a look at this chart, immediately people just will do some guesswork, right? They will just think, oh yeah, it was an uptrend there, then downtrend here, and then after that, then it's a bit choppy at the moment, you know, and they just get nowhere, okay? They just get nowhere, all right? So then what happens then is that you're confused, you don't have the conviction. This is what happens with no framework. The first way to solve the framework is that you must quantify your top and your bottom. Okay, what is a top and a bottom? Now, over here, I won't go into much detail because 7 steps to CTP will go through that. But you can see over here, right? So if I take a look over here, that's all silver triggered over there. You can, as you can see that over here, I've got all of that quantified, isn't it, traders, right? Over here. So we got all the tops, which is by a orange arrow, and you can see that the blue is by a blue arrow, okay? So what does that do? That gives me just a conviction that to help me towards my direction bias, right? So I can just draw this line diagram, convert them into a line diagram, and know exactly what trend I am on based on this framework, okay? It's not the holy grail, as I always repeat myself, but at least it tells you, okay, on a quantification systematic manner. And we just don't use just one time frame, right? As you've seen over here, I take a look at different time frames. You see, I'm immediately able to do that. See, all this coding of these trend boxes that you can see over here cannot be achieved if you don't have that framework, if you don't have a quantification of your tops and bottoms, right? And those were the formulas that they developed back in the 1970s, okay? My mentor's mentor figured that out. And we were very lucky and coincidental that we met them, you know, very grateful for that. Now, this is the only thing I've seen that really makes sense. And one of our, you know, most of our traders would join us, and that's why they're so passionate, right? And those are the ones who have joined us, you know, coded all this for us. And that's why I'm getting all the trend box across all the different time frames. And that's how I can then put this all onto a table like this and say with conviction, you know what, direction bias is towards the upside, higher probability. Because remember, you always only think in terms of probabilities. That's the main thing that you should be always thinking about. That's really going for it right now. I'm just going to take a look at that. Okay, good. So that's the first thing on the no framework. Okay, so on the no framework, what you do is the first thing, as I said, you quantify what a top and a bottom is. You can do that by yourself, or if you want to shortcut your journey, hang around professionals like us. We've already solved that part of the equation. You can then go and get this smart money framework indicator onto your charts. Okay, it's not a buy and sell indicator, by the way. It just gives you a framework, okay, of where you are at and to give you some probability stats. All right. Okay, good. So with that, once you quantify tops and bottoms, as I said, then you get all your 6 trend variations, which are then coded into the trend box. All this we go through step by step in 7 steps to CTP.com. Okay, so you can take a look at that. The next thing is you don't have any OE stats. Okay, what do I mean by this? This is the main reason why you're failing. Okay, now what does OE actually mean? So let me talk about that a little bit. Right, so let me bring that over here on GBP. Do I have a table over here? Let me find one which I got a table already. So there you go on dollar yen. I've got the table here, right? Maybe I use GBP. Yeah, that's a bit more easier. We can do it across any instrument, any time frame traders. I'm just using this because I just got it open now. So let me do this right now. Right, so I will put the stats up, okay? The OE, right? And yeah, I'll just do this. You can do this across any time frame, by the way. Okay, good. So let it populate as we talk about this, right? So you can see over here that in terms of the OE. So what does OE mean? OE means open equity, okay? Open equity basically means how much move is left. The problem is traders, most people when they enter into a trade, right, they're not sure whether they should stick in the trade. Is it going to reverse or going to continue? They do not know, okay? So for example here, this is a classic example. So let's say if you entered here, you're riding this nice move, this seller bar happens. And that's where the panic happens, isn't it? Okay. In this case, okay, yes. Now you are well above. Now you're an open profit. Maybe the fear doesn't hit you. But if it happens around here, this is where the tricky part happens, isn't it, right? This is where it really messes with your head, okay, around here. So if I did on the replay mode here, this will make more sense to you, isn't it? Start new. So you see over here, so this is where it can really start to mess with your head. So let's say you enter around here where the blue line is, right? And then after where the blue line is, right, you start to see it went up favor, but then it came back down, back to your entry point here, okay, right? So you're like, okay, it doesn't matter, let me have a little bit of patience, okay? And then after that, you see, then it comes down below you, right? Your entry point. So there'll be unrealized loss at the moment, is it not, traders, right? And let's say your target is just to right above a little bit here. So you're getting a bit annoyed. And then what it then does is it does that, and it goes a little bit towards your target point, still doesn't get there. And then after that, what does it do? Again, it drops back. You see, this is where people then get irritated, right? And they start to have doubts. So how do you overcome that, okay? And the reason is why you don't know is you don't know how much move is left, which is also known as open profit, how much open profit is left, or how much open equity is left, okay? Now, the thing is, you need to know this on a distribution, probability distribution table. Now, what does that mean? You see, when I take a look over here on this table, because it's measured each swing from before, you see 53, 221, 0, and it's measuring that over 15 years. You see, take a look at that. 39, 46. This is on a daily time frame. You can do this also on 4 hour, 1 hour. You can do whatever you want, right? 220 here, you see? So it's taking all of that data. So if you take a look at the settings table, I am taking it from all this 16 years, 2010 all the way to 2026 right now, which is about 16 years at the moment. That's what I'm doing, right? So over here, as you can see, that's what this table has got. So it's taking all the swing data, right, over nearly 500 swings over the 16 years, and it's telling me, hey, you know what? 425 of those swings get to 25 pips. That's a 85, 90% probability over there, right? About 60% of them get to 100 pips, right? And then finally, about 20% of them get to 300 pips. So with that, what you can do is first it manages your expectations, is it not, traders, right? So then with that, you will start to think, okay, I can develop different types of strategies using this. I can create a high reliable strategy, also scalping strategy. Just go for the quick one, 25 pips, just get out, right? Once it's hit that target. Another one, maybe a medium one, and then you can put some selection in there. And then for a long runner, one over here as well, okay? So now what you're doing is, now you're trading based on probabilities. It gives you a bit more conviction, okay? So in this example, if I did 25, close plus 25, 3381, plus 25, that's 3406. Did that hit that? Yes, my first strategy on a very small target, 3406, would have been hit by this bar, right? But the second one, let's say, on the 100 pips, right, it wouldn't have hit it, right? So you see over here, 100, let's see, I talked about this, 3381, 3481 is this one here, okay? So what happens is that, your first strategy has hit its target, but the second one hasn't hit, right? But because 60% of them only get there, and you put some selection in place, and then you keep playing that, and then you don't get out until your other parameters are already hit, and then the next one then hits it, okay? You see, but the point here is this, it's not about them hitting it or not. But now you're trading based on probabilities, and that is the power once you have these OE stats. And this is how traders, if you actually take a look, let me actually show you this, right? And this is how every day, not only do we just talk the talk, as you've already seen by now, is that's how we do every day, right? We send out our WhatsApp, our trade signals, end of day strategies, right? All on to our paid members, okay? So you will see that over here, and that's updated by our team over here. You can see that over here, you see every single trade is logged in over here, right? On each of the strategies. I've shown this on our YouTube channel on the 2025 results. Is it all real or not? This is how, as a professional, we do it, right? As a team. And all our clients and all that, it's our own clients that are actually, coming to help us formulate, come as part of the live trading room team and giving out these signals because they're seeing it work, right? You see, this is another strategy here, 80% OE, and then we log every single thing down. And you can see that this should be renamed to 26, but you can see in 2026, just in January alone, over the 3 strategies, we're up 15.14%. I know this doesn't happen all the time, but this year, you know what, it's just rocketing, right? And you can also see on our channel over here, if you want to see how we log all this in, you can go to the 2025 results, okay? So it's all for real. We just don't like talk nonsense or bullshit or whatever it is. It's all for real, all done in real time. You can see that as well, okay? From 2025, you can see that how we actually log in all of that. We've been doing that since 2012, okay? So that's step one there in terms of the OE stats. So with the OE stats, what happens is, traders, is that now you know how much move is left on a probability basis. That's the whole premise of this, okay? Right, so with that said, let me actually go back to the PowerPoint here. So there you go. So that's that one. So to solve the no OE stats, as I said, you must know where the start and the end of a swing is. That's how you can gather the stats, okay? So over here, as you can see, over here, the start and the end of a swing is where? Is when the dot happens, the close of the bar is where the swing begins. Remember, they always say swing trader, but nobody tells you where the start and the end of the swing is. And where does it end? It ends, if you want to get the data, it's from the orange arrow. That's how we're getting it from historical to project for the future, but based on probabilities. But the real one happens in real time is in when the orange dot happens at the close of the bar. But you can design different strategies. But one simple one you can do is based on these probabilities. Then you can put different targets, as I mentioned over here. So that can how it can build your conviction. Okay. So that's that one there over here. Right? No OE stats. So therefore, how you do that, how you solve that is start then. Define the start and the end of the swing. Okay, that will give you a point to the maximum point reached to project for the future, all based on probabilities now. So it's a trader conviction. The second thing also is you don't have a Waller number. Okay, what is the Waller number? The Waller number is basically your volatility number. Sometimes we call it the dance, right? You don't have the volatility number. Okay, and how do you calculate that? You have to do from point of entry and the move against you. You know, US clients do it. Actually, so inspiring. You know, for the last summit, he came in all the way from US, got in here, landed at 7:30, and then he came into the seminar 2 hours later. And in the plane, he keeps on reading trading books. And the guy is like over 60 years old. Phenomenal inspiration, right? That's the kind of community we are having over here. On the volatility number, he used to call it the dance, you know, oh, Thiru, you mean the dance, right, that it does before it gets to your target. So on that basis, right, so how we do it, the good thing is we've coded everything in, right, with our clients. So you can find that that's what we call the MAE. That's the technical term for it, okay? So this will tell you, okay, how much does it move against you before getting to your target? Now that's the power part, right? And you will find the full explanation of that in the 7steps to CTP.com. And I can easily find out if I put my stop about 175 pips away, I won't get stopped out 98% of the time. That's the power of this, right, traders? So that's that one here. So you must know your wall number. We can go much more in detail on that, the wall number, but I just only got limited time. But I'm just giving you an overview, but you can go to 7steps to CTP and you can find that all about that, okay? And even when you get the SMI Smart Money Framework indicator as well, you know, we got some videos on our portal which will explain all of this as well, okay? So that's that one there. And then finally is no CE. That's the bonus one, isn't it? I was talking about, right? What does CE mean? You see, traders, even though CE basically means consistent execution, okay? Now, even though this may intellectually make sense, okay, intellectually make sense, you may not be able to pull through it, okay? And the reason for you not being able to pull through it, the reason for that is because you don't have emotional alignment with it. Now, what do I mean? Let me give you an example of the gym, right? Now, or losing weight in general, right? Losing weight, most people will know, is two things only, isn't it? If I were to summarize it, is what? Is really exercise more, eat less, right? Who wouldn't know about that? Everybody in the world knows that, isn't it? Exercise more, eat less. So intellectually, you do know, and you know the benefits of it as well, right? Losing weight, keeping fit, keeping trim, and everything. But you guys tell me, how many people in the whole world actually follow it, right? If you look at the obesity stats and everything, you can see that it's only like maybe 30, 40% maybe follow it, right? 60, 70% probably don't. Maybe the stats even more higher. So why? Why don't we follow it, even though intellectually we may know? So yes, in some professions and endeavor, we might not even have the intellectual knowledge on it, right? In trading, what I've told you over here, the three things, the four things now, the bonus one I'm talking about, on why traders fail. You probably were not even aware of all of this. Fair enough. So there's an intellectual knowledge gap in this instance. But in things like losing weight, intellectual knowledge is there. Exercise more, eat less. Okay, you can go dig a bit deeper into how you can exercise and all that. But still, the premise is that, isn't it? But you still don't follow through. Why is that? Because there's no emotional alignment, right? And how do you overcome that? The way to overcome that is, as I said, you have to have emotional alignment, which then gives you towards the consistent execution. So just like the going back to the losing weight example, even though intellectually you know, emotionally the why is not strong. To keep up with the consistency to going to the gym, right? That's why, let's say, if it's snowing over here, or it's raining or feeling that great, then you might just say, you know what, today let me give a break. I'm not going to go to the gym, right? The consistency is gone. And you know what happens when you don't go one day? It becomes two, it becomes weeks, it becomes months, right? So you see traders, when there's no emotional alignment towards your intellectual belief, your consistent execution won't happen, and therefore you won't be able to monetize finally the true edge of your strategy. Because we've been doing this, as our clients go through this journey as well. Okay, they all understand it, making sense. You know what? I want to follow this. And then along the way, when they see the losses, 2 months loss and all that, there's no strong emotional alignment towards the consistent execution. Okay. And therefore, then we have seen a classic example last year, silver, on the last month, December, which doesn't usually happen, made 9% profit, realized profit, all documented, all verified. You can check it on our YouTube channel. Right, that's what gives our conviction to our community to grow stronger. Okay, yes, this is not really for the masses who are looking for a quick fix, but it's for true people who are really looking for a true solution which makes sense logically, and then they can follow it systematically and logically, then towards scalability. Okay, to create sustainable, scalable, and reproducible strategies. Right. So that's what the thing is. So the emotional alignment must be there. So to do that, what you must do is you must keep working on your mind, keep working on your psychology. Let go of the past habits. You have to rewire the neural wiring inside. So you have to unlearn the past, learn this new thing, and then relearn it until it becomes the new habit, right? All this towards consistent execution and towards consistent performance eventually, right? So traders, so you see, to summarize, so these are the three things, and the bonus thing, that's the fourth thing that makes you fail. Okay, so what is that as a recap? So the first one is, if I go back, in the slides over here, so one is no framework. So how do you overcome that? You quantify your tops and bottoms, and then you get your trends across any time frame and instrument. Next, no OE stats. How do you overcome that? Know the start and the end of a swing. You identify your point of entry to maximum point reached. The final thing is your vola number, your volatility number. You do not know your volatility number. How do you overcome that? Again, you lock in your point of entry and the move against it. Okay. And the bonus one, as I said, is the consistent execution. And how do you overcome that? Keep working on your psychology. And the best way is, you know what? Hang around professionals, hang around a strong community, okay? Hang around professionals who are doing it. That's the fastest way energy transfer will happen. Your neural wiring will change, and also the books that you read as well. All right, traders, so that's that wrap up over here on our topic on why most traders fail. And if there is anything that you guys think, which of the following reasons that I shared really resonates with you, you can type that into the chat box over there on the YouTube live stream, on Zoom, on WhatsApp, whatever you want to do. Type one of the reasons that we went through that really resonated with you and that you're going to improve, or you're going to seek help from professionals to make it better to get better on that. Okay. So, right. So as you're typing that away, let me look at the questions. The main questions that are really coming true are the ones on where can I find out more about this? How do I take it systematically? I know it was a bit too fast. Some of you are saying, I'm going to revisit the material, which is fair enough on the live streams. Now, I would say the first thing to do is go to 7 Steps CTP. That's your task one to do, if I were to give you as a homework, right? So that's your first work to do. So go through the 7 Steps CTP. Once you register through here, through all your details, hit the green button, come to here, you can go through the videos. This will take you all through step by step what I just talked about in much more detail, okay? And then those of you indicators on to your screen, SMI and VSA, those of you already have VSA, I know some of you already asked that, usually ask us, that's another question that came, how about if I got the VSA? What you can do is there's a discount code over there, you can apply the discount code and it will take away the VSA, like I think it's about 50, 60 pounds that it will take away, okay? So then the other thing is on a YouTube channel, as I already mentioned over here, after you click on the subscribe button, youtube.com/masters of markets. And then after you click on the subscribe button, click on the all bell icon, okay? So that will also help you towards the notifications coming through. And one of the videos that you can take a look also is a stretch principle video over there as well, okay? And all the other past live streams that we've gone through. Okay, good. So then the other one, the quick shout out to Trade Nation also over here as well, who are supporting us on the Telegram channel, also on our ETM annual summits also as well. Now, the final thing what I do want to mention is also we've been invited to Dubai, as I mentioned. I've got the link over here, so let's see if that comes up over there or not. So that's the one we will be there. Those of you who want to see us live over there, you can see us there, April 17 to 18. So I'll be there for a few more days. My mentor is there as well, so I'll be meeting up with him. Some of our clients will be coming there as well. So it'd be great if you guys can join us. That'd be good. And you can meet us in person there as well. Okay, that's happening on from the April 17 to the 18th. And you can make a holiday out of it as well, right? That's what some of our clients want to do as well. Good. I think with that said, and the next one is, yes, Mark Randall. So that's the other one that we're going to be interviewing. So we interview some top traders that you can learn from as well. Which also sometimes, the good thing is about interviewing other traders is that you also start to learn that, the principles of trading are similar, no matter whether they're a millionaire, billionaire trader, or you as a retail trader starting to begin, but you want to know if you are on the right track or not. And that's when you get validated, right? I've experienced that a lot of times when I talk to all of these traders, especially when I talk to Tom Basso as well. So you can take a look at that. It's got all the interviews in there as well. You can also take a look at this playlist where we have put all the interviews together. It's called Traders Talk. Okay, so that's what we have published it all under. Okay, traders, I think with that said, I think we come to a wrap up. If they're not any the questions, I will also keep an eye on silver as well. So silver has gone through a little bit of dawn. So yeah, we're actually in good territory at the moment. You see what I told you just now? You can go and check on the live stream over here. You see, look at that. I said I will prefer it if the 15-minute confirms. Our framework did it, and then it went in our favor immediately. Just touched it, kissed it a little bit, right? Still hasn't hit it yet. Okay, so we'll keep up with that at the moment. Even though I had taken it on a 15-minute time frame, I should actually exit that because I didn't take it on a 1 hour. But since we are in it, I will do that. I'll trail this accordingly. So those on the Telegram channel, you will get that update. Okay. So our target, let me just quickly check that. On this one was 11537. Yeah, so it's about 8 points away. Okay, 8 cents away. So I will keep a track on that. I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. I think other than that, traders, all I would say is start off with 7 steps to CTP, or if you're on the fence, just get the framework onto your charts. Okay, the smart money framework. Traders, other than that, I would say that's all from me for now. As we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Take care and bye for now.